The first thing you guys are going to see is Max barking, apparently. He wants to say hello to everybody right away, right off the bat. I hope that this is going live. So is Max, apparently. He hopes everything's working. So today I just wanted to share with everybody my book lovers book haul. As the little dog makes noises, he's like, yes, she's sharing a book haul video. Live streaming is just really a great way to talk to everybody and say hi. And so I've been really busy lately and I haven't had time to film and then edit videos. Editing takes me the longest time. There's just something about editing where I get very nitpicky in particular. So when it comes to editing and putting aside the time to film and everything else, I just wanted to make sure that I did a live stream and talk to everybody. And apparently the dog wants to keep jumping in and out of frame. So he wants to say hi to everybody as well. So I just wanted to take some time and just make sure I talked to everybody about Book Lovers Con. I had a great time. I have a lot of books, as you can see. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. I wanted to share the book haul and basically spend some time with everybody. So hopefully this will be some fun and people can come in and say hi and ask questions. Maybe see the cute little dog. If anyone's there right now, please say hello. I'm not really sure how many people. This is kind of impromptu. I haven't really done a live stream by myself since, oh my goodness, since December when I did the Cosmos live stream. So this is the first time in a very long time I'm talking by myself. Usually I have Nicole with me or Courtney. So this is definitely a little bit of a different experience. So if you can ask questions or comments, please do, because otherwise I'm probably going to lose my voice very, very quickly. So I just wanted to, give you guys a chance. Oh, Jess, hi. She's so sweet. I love Jess. She's so adorable. And then Romance Queen of BookTube. Hi. Lady Gizmo. Everyone just popped up all at once. There was nobody, and now all of a sudden 3 people, and I'm so excited. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. That makes me so happy. You guys just made me so happy because I knew this was a little impromptu. I didn't really give people too much notice that I was doing this. So the fact that you guys are here just means a lot to me. So thank you for saying hi. There are a lot of books over here. I was going to ask you what you wanted me to share with you first because I have 3 distinct piles. We have the books I purchased at Book Lovers Con, the books I got for free at Book Lovers Con, and then the books I bought to bring with me to Book Lovers Con. So there's a lot in this book haul. Again, you can kind of see I set up the table, so we have a lot going on over here. There's a little bit of a delay when it comes to live streams, so if you guys post a comment or question and I've already started talking about something else, I apologize. I will go back. I see the little delay from Jess. See, it just pops up. There's this weird delay with YouTube, so I'm hoping all the technology works tonight. Later at 8 p.m. EST, I'm going to be over on Nicole's YouTube channel talking about first loves. So it's just hopefully YouTube is on the up and up tonight because there's a lot of romance to be talked about. Books that have traveled all the way from New Orleans. Yep. Yes, there's a lot in these piles. So do you have any preference? The books I bought for Book Lovers Con, free books, or the books I bought there? Because there's a lot of book love. Again, and it was so funny because I sent a box home to my apartment and it was just, I had this moment where I was going, I have to bring this box from downstairs to my apartment. And I have a cart that I can put the box in, but moving that box alone was an exercise, a workout unto itself. If you guys are book lovers, you understand moving books is no joke. So Lady Gizmo is commenting the free books. So hey, Nicole, I love Nicole. Again, I'm hanging out with her later tonight, 8 p.m. EST, her YouTube channel. She's at work. Well, it's so funny because we have that time difference. So to me, it is 6 o'clock, and I know you're still on work time, but I love talking to you no matter what time it is. Work time, during the day, nighttime, just all the Nicole hours. Just talk to her all the time. Anytime I can get to talk to Nicole, I will. Yeah, I know, right? I prick right up. I'm like, hey, I know you. I'm like, hey, best friend. Every time I see Nicole's name pop up anywhere, I just get so excited because I love her. It's one of those things where we really are best friends. It's so funny when people comment and say, oh, you guys get along really well on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, it's not just on YouTube. It's in real life. She really is the best friend. Talk to her all the time. I love her. And apparently the dog does too, because he was like, yeah, I'm going to start growling. So Max is right here too. So hopefully all goes well. Yeah, he's growling. So hopefully Nicole doesn't get caught, because I want you to come hang out. And I will be talking to you later live. So just going to be all Nicole all the time. Makes me happy. So this is the free book pile. So Book Lovers Con was not joking around when it comes to free books. This is the free book pile. This was the free book, one of the free books. And it was too funny because after KissCon, when I met Loraine Heath, I fell into a Loraine Heath spiral, reading everything that she's ever written. And so this is just adding to my Loraine Heath pile now, except I have all ebooks. And so now that I have a physical copy, that makes me so happy. But the only issue was, when you go to the book signing on the last day, you could only bring a few paper copies. And so I had books that I had already purchased to bring with me. And so I'd been walking around with this book hoping to run into her to get it signed, but I couldn't bring it with me to the actual signing. And so I ended up buying a book at the signing, even though I had this one at my room. So I just wanted all the Loraine Heath love. She's awesome. The Outlaw and the Lady is my favorite book from her, which is going to get a little shout out later tonight at the other live stream, because I love it. So Loraine Heath, as soon as I saw this book on the table, I'm going, mine. I felt like one of those seagulls in Finding Nemo when they're just going like, mine. As soon as I saw this, I added this to my bag, because they had the book set up in a room and you could take two. As soon as I saw this on the table, I'm like, this is one of mine. So I knew right away this was one of them. And so I know it's raining here in Maryland. Yes, right now it's kind of looking a little gray right now. It looks kind of like the scene from a horror movie. It looks as if, there's going to be thunder and lightning. So that's why I'm also kind of fingers crossed about the technology. I'm like, please don't wipe out my internet. That would be really annoying. And then you love her covers. She has some great covers. The other one's cool too. They remind me of old school romance. Again, Loraine Heath is awesome. So I haven't read this one yet, actually. So I'm really excited that I have the paper copy. Texas Glory. I mean, it really does look like old school, though. There's just something about these covers. They make me happy. And then, so I know other people have talked about BJ Daniels, and I have not read her yet. I'm not even sure where this one came from Book Lovers Con. I think this was in my book. They give you a bag when you check in at registration. So I'm pretty sure this was in my registration bag. So I think this is where it came from. I'm not entirely sure. But again, I kind of love that we're going like Harlequin covers. It just makes me happy. And so if you're a cowboy reader and you've read some of BJ Daniels, what is it? Rugged Defender. That just sounds like a romance title. I was so excited when I saw this. He looks like a real cowboy. I don't know. It just makes me smile. Have you ever met... Oh, I saw another comment pop up above. Sorry, I missed this. Have you ever met C.A. Harms, Epicon, or Nora Flitt? Am I saying that correctly? Nora Flitt. I have not. For a second we said Nora, I was going, is she going to say Nora Roberts? I'm wearing the progressive, so I have to lean in kind of closely. I can't see near or far. Genetics. Blame the genetics. So I kind of have to lean in to read that. No, I haven't. I have to admit, it's so funny because there's always so many authors, but then there's still so many more that you want to meet. It's almost impossible to meet all the romance authors that you read and enjoy. I'm hoping, I feel like I need a bucket list of all the romance people that I want to meet. That actually needs to be done. So that actually is a good idea. You haven't read anything by her. I haven't either. I've heard the name. I always want to say like BJ, BJ. Like I think at BJ's Wholesale Club. So for some reason, I always stumble over that because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to BJ's or Costco. It's like, no, it's BJ Daniels. It's a different thing. So this is one of those, I got it. I haven't read it, but it makes me happy to see this cover. So that one's definitely going to be on Instagram later. And then for some reason, everybody in the world wants to give me this book. I officially have, I think, 4 or 5 copies of this book. I received 2 when I was at a Polycon. I received another one when I was at KissCon. I received another one from the Fresh Fiction book box. And then I got this book again at Book Lovers Con. So there's something about this book that everyone just wants me to read. And I still haven't read it yet. But I was going to probably do another giveaway of this book because I don't need 5 copies of this book. I know I'm giving away one later tonight. We did the live stream for Dark Lover talking about J.R. Ward's book, and so during that live stream, there were 2 books up for grabs. This is one of them. Looks like I'm probably going to do another giveaway of this book later because I'm just meant to have this book. And you do know when I read it, it's probably going to be amazing. Like, yes, you were meant to have this book. So this one, be on the lookout. If you guys have a preference of how you want the giveaway to be done, whether it be platform or how it's run, whether it be Rafflecopter or I mean, there's so many options. If you want to do like a retweet of, you know, every time you retweet the post, you get it to enter. I mean, if you have a preference, please let me know. You know, again, I want to share the romance love, and whatever's going to be best for you guys is what I want to do. So let me know if you have a preference. I'm still trying to figure that out because I have a lot of extra swag that I want to give away. I asked this about from Wednesday. I was like, wait a second, there's so much going on this week. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing my Malice Domestic book haul, and I made out like a bandit at Malice Domestic. They did the Kensington free book signing, and I got a lot of free books. So Wednesday, that book haul is going to last probably a lot longer than this one. But again, I have stuff to give away during that one as well. So if you guys have any preferences for giving books away, whether it be certain platforms, how you want it run, please let me know because there's a lot to share, and I want to make sure everybody gets the chance to enter and enjoy it. So, and then, oh, hey, Jess is commenting. So cute. Oh, there's a message held for review. It says, hosting giveaways is fun. Hosting giveaways are fun. I don't know why that was held for review. I just immediately approved that. And then you still haven't read it. No, I still haven't read this book. You know, it's one of those things where it's like it's meant to be. I just need to actually read it. But at this point, I almost feel as if I'm not reading it because everyone keeps giving it to me. I'm almost kind of putting my feet into the ground going, no, I'm going to hold out for a little bit. But it's going to get read. I'm always going to read the book. And then this was one of those ones that I saw, and I'm just going, this is just an old school romance cover type of thing. And so I just grabbed this one on a whim. Danny Wade, I think I actually met her. I think she might have actually signed this. No, met her later, I think. But I saw the cover and I was just going, this is too funny. I was just going, this needs to be an Instagram picture immediately. I didn't even read the book. I didn't even read the summary. I was just going, I love the cover. I don't know if anyone else has ever done an Insta cover thing like that, but it was free, and so I grabbed it. I mean, come on. It's called The Unbridled Billionaire. I mean, that just screams romance. I just saw that cover and I was going, nope, it's free. It's mine. It's happening. And then for some reason, they did a second day. So on the first day, there was the room where he grabbed 2 copies. And then on the third day, you got another ticket to go in and you can grab, I think, 3 or 4 more books. I grabbed the books. It was so funny. One woman was like, no, I only need to grab 1 book. I'm going, you have the ticket. You just wait in line. You have your chance to get 3 or 4 free books. You get 3 or 4 free books. So these are, 2 of them. And then I specifically, and I don't know if Nicole is still here, but I saw this one. And because I know Nicole loves Sandra Brown, this was my third or 4th book. I saw that and I was going, I haven't read this one. It's Sandra Brown. I know Nicole loves her. I grabbed the Sandra Brown book. So I saw Sandra. I was like, yep, this is going to the library. And then, yeah, Max is like growling. He's like, yeah, all the Sandra Brown books. He has no interest. He's just doing his own little thing. He's a little cutie pie. So again, when they give you the chance to grab 3 or 4 free books, you grab 3 or 4 free books. And then amongst this, again, I saw the romance cover. For some reason, I don't read a lot of action romance type of situation or suspense or thriller. And so I saw this cover and going, I need to branch out. It's free. This is mine. Hey, 6 people are watching. You guys are so sweet. Oh, you guys have you read any of these books? If you have, or you've seen them, or please tell me. Again, so we have, there's something about Scottish and Highlanders. To Love a Highlander, Sue Ellen. I don't want to butcher this last name, but Wellfonder. I haven't read anything by this, but it just looked, again, anytime you put Scottish or Highlander in a title, I'm probably going to buy it. I think, oh gosh, the Tessa Derrick title, is it To Wed a Scot? Or A Scot Ties the Knot. A Scot Ties the Knot. That is my favorite Scottish title. So if you guys can top that, you got to let me know. And then What the Bride Wore. I just thought the cover was beautiful, and so I grabbed that one. This is, again, I really am a cover person, and I know you shouldn't judge a book by the cover, but, sometimes if it's free and it's pretty, it's going to be mine. And then I know, aside from Nicole, if anyone's a Sandra Brown fan, I feel badly. Nicole's my best friend. I love her. She has great taste. And I still have not read a lot of Sandra Brown. So if you're a Sandra Brown person, you gotta let me know. Because right now I feel as if I'm failing in the Sandra Brown fan department. I need to read some more of her books, so this is being added very quickly to the to be read list. And then Tara Wyatt. Again, I hadn't heard of this cover, or I hadn't seen this cover before. I hadn't seen her name before. But again, I saw the cover and I'm going, you're coming home with me. You're going in the box. I like how Max growls right on cue. You thought the last word on Jaylee's had an H in it. And then you haven't heard of one of the authors. Yeah, this is the thing about the free books. I think they can try and introduce you to new people. Hopefully when I read them, I'm going to go, oh, they're awesome. Yes, all of their books. I think it's kind of nice that you get to kind of taste test them a little bit. And then this was one that was in my bag. They give you that bag, and as soon as they give you the bag, you almost want to drop it on the floor and just open it to find out what's inside. And I went up to my room immediately to open it and find out what was inside. And I saw this cover, and I was just going, this is stunning. I haven't read The Forbidden by Jodi Ellen Malpist yet. I always want to mispronounce his last name. I haven't read this. I haven't read anything by her, but I saw that she was a #1 New York Times bestselling author, and I'm going, I should probably read her. There's so many New York Times bestselling authors that I need to go read, and I haven't read yet. So she is now on that to-be-read list. And so I was curious if anyone else has read her or you've seen this title. For some reason, I saw this book cover, and I'm going, this looks amazing. I didn't even know what the book was about. I'm just going, they put as much time and effort into the story as they did the cover. We're golden. Just something about her screams just beauty. So this is going to get read very quickly and very soon. I feel like I should have already read her books. I feel like I'm failing, but I need to read her book. I need to read her books now. And I don't know if you guys have seen this series. For some reason, every time the Misadventure series, anytime there's any sort of romance event, I end up walking away with some of these books. I don't know why, but these books are meant to come home with me. And it was so funny because the other times that I've been to these events, I got multiple copies of the same books. This was the only book I received, and this was a book I did not have yet. So I'm kind of going like, yay, Book Lovers Con, you gave me something different, even though they still gave me this other book like for the 4th or 5th time. So I haven't read too many of these books in the series. I do think it's kind of nice that they have all the different authors contributing. See, this is the thing about live streams. It's unedited, which is why I like them. But at the same time, you could hear Max growl and make little noises and pop his little head up for no apparent reason. So I apologize. They all look so good. This is the thing, my to-be read list, I need to just block off probably like 2 weeks on my calendar and just stay in bed reading. That needs to be done sometime, but I've been too busy to do that. And so now I have all these books that just look so great. And I love Kendall Ryan. She's had a few other books that I've read. She's a really good contemporary romance person. So now that I have this book, I'm like going, yeah, looks good. Need to read this. And someone in the hallway made noise. So Max is defending his territory. He's a little cutie, but he's very loud, so I apologize. He's going to be on guard now for the next 10 to 15 minutes, trying to figure out why someone made noise in his hallway. He's very protective. And he's so tiny, too. It's not like he's really going to scare anybody away. He's got to keep trying. Okay, so I have not read Helen Hart, but at this point, I have 3 or 4 of her books. And I know my friend Tori Luce, she loves her. She's read her before. I need to read this book. This was one of the freebie piles. I grabbed this one. This was at a different event. And so she's super sweet. I've met her in person a couple of times, but yet I haven't read her book. I feel like I need to read it. So I'm curious if anyone else has read her stuff. I do know that it's supposed to be like a little bit darker or a little bit different, which is why I don't think I've read it yet, because I always like to read, I watch Hallmark. I like things that are happy and uplifting and comedic. And so because it looks a little darker, I haven't gone down that road yet. So if you can let me know if I should, that would be nice. I'd appreciate it. See, now Max is at the door. We lost him. We're not getting him back for at least another 15 minutes. So hopefully no more barking, though. Again, he's on guard duty now. We lost him. So this one, I actually won this book. So they had these raffle items. They had these baskets, and you could buy your raffle tickets in advance to get some extra ones, which is what I did. And so I had to go hunting for this raffle item room. They put all the baskets in a room, and then they had the little containers in front of the baskets, so you could put your ticket in. And I couldn't find this room for 2 or 3 days. in the hotel because it was huge. And so I went on the hunt for this place. And so the morning of the raffle drawing, I finally found the room. And so I was so proud of myself. I almost thought that was kind of a win into itself, was finding the room, because I couldn't find it for so long. And so it was down a hallway, and it was past another conference that was going on. There were doctors or something all lining the hallway. And so here I am with all my romance books. I'm looking for my raffle room. And so I found it, which was so exciting to me. That was the win. I was just so pumped. And so there were all these baskets that were donated from the authors, and they were gorgeous. I mean, there were some truly great baskets. And so the one I won was from Jamie Beck. And so inside there were fake flowers, which I obviously loved because I have all the fake flowers. It's currently on my kitchen counter. I've been using it as decoration. I love it. I actually sprayed it with a little bit of perfume, so now it's perfect. They're pink flowers. As you can tell, pink flowers in the background. It was meant to be. And so it also had a candle in the bag and then a picture frame. And so it was really, really well put together. It was so, so cute. And so this book was in the basket, and I'm just ridiculously proud of myself that I won this. So she signed it. I thought that was cute, but I was so excited that I won. But the thing is, though, the way they ran the raffle, it was, I'm trying to think how to explain this. So I'm quiet. I'm introverted. And so they were announcing the raffle winners, and they wanted you to come up to grab your prize. And so I'm in the back of the room, and they announced my raffle number. And I knew that I had, I had a chunk of raffle. My tickets were all in a row, so I knew from X to Y. Like, I knew it was somewhere in the realm. Like, yes, that starts with my number. It's going to be in my bunch because I had like 40 tickets, and so I knew it was going to be my number. I just had to find it. And when I found it, they were like, "Has anyone found their number? Has anyone found it?" And so I just wanted to verify that was indeed my number. I wasn't lying. So I found it, and then I just kind of like quietly raised my hand, going, "That was me," going, "Oh, I'm too excited." The announcer guy, I was so embarrassed because I was being so quiet. Like, I wanted to make sure I had the right number. And then I kind of was like, it was me. I raised my hand. And so he was going, "You don't seem too excited." And I just wanted the floor to open up and swallow me whole. I felt so, and then you had to go up in front of everybody, and there were a couple hundred people in this room. And so the after party was your favorite character costume party. And so I'm wearing my Luna Lovegood costume in a room full of people who are not wearing costumes. And so I not only had the announcer guy say something, I then had to walk in front of everybody in my Luna costume to go get this. I was so proud, though. I'm like, no, I won. This is now mine. I need to go get it. So I worked up my courage, and I got this book, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm just kind of like holding on to it, like, I braved my fears. I went to the crowd. So I think this is actually more symbolic at this point than anything else, because I'm just going, yes, I won my basket. I, went up there. So I was just very proud of that. The Promise of Us looks cute. And then I think the cover is adorable. I think that there's something about her outfit. And then on the back, she's wearing this really cute, kind of the same type of shirt. And then she has a statement necklace. I'm like, I don't know who this character is, but she's got a great fashion sense. So I won this. Again, I felt so special. There were so many other baskets, though, and then this one woman, I think she won 4 of them, and I'm going, what did you do? I mean, did you just bring horseshoe? I mean, I don't know how you win 4 baskets when hundreds of people enter, but she won 4 baskets. I was happy with my one. So, just saying. And Max is trying to figure out if he wants to come back or keep guarding the door. So if you guys have read anything from Jamie Beck, let me know, because I feel like I just like her now because I won her basket. That's the other thing, too. I'm almost hesitant to read her book because I'm like, no, I just want to keep enjoying it for, what it represents to me as the, personal win. So there's that factor. And the dog's going to jump up now. He's back. Come here. Hopefully he'll still be quiet. And so these were also free. These were a gift, though. So from Heidi Cullinhan. I don't want to mispronounce her name because I met her and she was such a sweetheart. So Book Lovers Con, every night they had a different event. So I want to say the second night was fairies. The third night was it was a vampire voodoo doll or voodoo vampire. I don't want to, just vampire voodoo. I'm going to go with that. And then the last night it was your favorite character. And so when you signed up to go to Book Lovers Con, you had the option of going for a raffle to get certain VIP experiences. So you could get a VIP seating for certain events. And so for some reason, when I saw it said fairy night, I was so excited. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I really went all out dressing like a fairy princess. I had my little tiara, I had my wings. I really went for it. But as soon as I saw there was an event called Fairies, I was just so excited. So when I entered the raffle for this, I knew I wanted to do the fairy one. And so I entered for the fairy makeup party and then the VIP seating for the fairy party. And so for the VIP seating, I was seated with Heidi. And so she had her gift bags all set up at the table. Oh my goodness. She had the nicest, it was so sweet. It was so well done. It was this big red gift bag. And she had these necklaces, especially made with little fairies on them. I should have wore it. I'm going, where is it? It's here. Then, so I'd already put sparkles on my face with the stick-ons. She had more of them in the bag. I mean, she really did a great job. And then she was so sweet at the table talking to everybody, and I just loved her. And so in the bag were these 2 books. So I was thrilled. I actually hadn't read her before. I had seen her name, but I hadn't read her yet. And then to be at her VIP table, it was the best thing ever. I was so happy that I did that event and I was at her table. I was going, I don't know who randomly put me there, but whoever did me a favor because I was with some really great people and she was so great. And then I got to see her again at the book signing. So I was just so happy that I was at her table for the fairy event. Yes. So I'm kind of curious if you guys, as soon as I saw fairies, I'm going to the fairy event. So I'm kind of curious if you would have gone to the fairy, the voodoo, or to your favorite character. Like, which VIP ticket would you have gone for? Because as soon as I saw fairies, I was going, for some reason, I just went for it. I knew that was my event. And it worked out well, so can't complain. But I think this is the last of the free books as I'm looking at the other piles. So these 2 from Heidi were the other big ones where I was really excited. And she signed them and she put them in the bag. And so I feel so special that I got them. So I'm going to put those down as the dog. He's going to growl. Yeah. So you would have gone with fairies too. I saw fairies and I got so excited. I really went for it with the costume. I had my tutu. I did the hair all special. I was just so excited when I saw it said fairies. There was just something about that I just really loved. And then at the event itself, they had people walking around on stilts and these costumes were lit up. I mean, I don't know where they came up with this theme or how they decided on who they were going to hire or decorating, but they did a great job. I was ridiculously impressed. I had the best time at that one. And I think I was kind of better off going to that event than I was probably the vampire voodoo one, because I think that was a little bit busier. A lot more people were walking around. The furry one was a sit-down dinner, whereas the voodoo one was a buffet and people were kind of moving around a little bit more. And so I think he's like, yes, talking about moving around, I'm going to be moving on your lap. He just walks all over me. He has no qualms about anything. And so at the voodoo vampire one, everyone went to the buffet and there were more people walking around. And so I think I appreciated the sit-down dinner one more than I think the buffet one. So I think I did the right VIP seating. I love how he's like, you're just going to keep talking to the camera. I'm going to ignore you and do my little puppy thing. Yeah, the favorite character one was the other one. I think that was my backup VIP seating item. But I got my first pick, which was great. I don't know if everyone got their first pick at Book Lovers Con, but I got mine, which was great. I know, I'm kind of curious, who would you guys have dressed up as for your favorite character? I did Luna Lovegood because I'm a Ravenclaw, and I already own a lot of Ravenclaw gear, so it was perfect. So I'm kind of curious who your favorite literary character would be. Hopefully that goes through. Just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. You guys are so sweet to come hang out. So yeah, I mean, fairies, romance movie booktube. I knew we got along. Fairies. I thought that was just such a great idea. And I like how nobody's answering for vampires either. So we got one person for fairies, one person for favorite character. Yeah, the vampire voodoo one, as soon as I heard voodoo doll, I didn't think that was going to be my VIP experience. Some other people really got into it. I mean, there were walking voodoo dolls walking around. Don't know how they came up with that or where they found those costumes, but some people were really good at creating those things. Bella from Beauty and the Beast or Bella from Peter Pan. I would have loved to have been a princess. I was actually looking at princess costumes, but I could not figure out how to be a princess and bring that in my suitcase. I mean, with the giant, I had my tutu for the fairy one, and that took up a fair amount of space. I'm kind of curious how you travel with your princess gear, but Bella from Beauty and the Beast is always a good idea. Even when I was a little kid, I think I was Belle for Halloween one time. So I knew we got along. I don't know if you guys can hear the little dog. He kind of makes these little growling noises. I don't know, because the webcam versus my filming camera, the filming camera is very, very sensitive and picks up everything. I don't think the webcam does as much, but he's still making noises in the background, so fair warning. I'm kind of curious. So does anyone else have any favorite characters that they would have dressed up as? I'm just curious because I loved dressing up as Luna. I had the best time dressing up as Luna. I think I had a better time getting dressed for the event than the event itself, because at that point I was so tired in the day. But it was just kind of great to be your favorite character for a change. So what do you guys want next for the pile? We have the books I brought with me or the books that I bought at Book Lovers Con. So we have 2 different piles. We have 2 left. So you guys are in charge. So if you guys want to see the ones that I brought with me or the ones that I bought, please let me know, because I will do whatever you guys tell me to do. Because you guys are so sweet for hanging out with me, and I'm just really appreciative that you guys, you're here, you're chatting. You guys are just so sweet. Makes me so happy. Because even my dog abandoned me, but you guys are still here. So if you guys have a preference between the books that I brought with me versus the ones I got, both are pretty big piles, I'm not going to lie. But there's more stories to, I think, the ones that I brought with me, because I had reasons for bringing those books. Because there were certain authors on that list, I was not going to miss getting their signatures for anything. Not going to lie, Charlene Harris, I'll just tell you guys while you guys are commenting or thinking about what to comment. As soon as I saw she was on the list, I'm going, I am bringing her books, because there's no way I'm not going to meet Charlene Harris and have her sign a book. Because if she was having her signing and her books were sold out, I would have been so ridiculously sad. I would have been, no. I love the Aurora Tea Garden series. I had to bring this book with me. So she was one of the ones where I just had to bring the book. Aw, bye Josh. You're so sweet for hanging out. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Aw, you're going to watch later. If you guys aren't already subscribed to Jess, you really should be. She's just the sweetest human being. I ended up talking to her and meeting her when I was working. I'm still working on my dissertation. But when I was doing interviews, I met Jess, and I'm just so happy I got to meet her. She's just such a sweetheart. And she has her own YouTube channel. I see her on Twitter all the time. I mean, she posts a lot. So sometimes I feel like I miss some of her stuff, but she's great. Hi, Melanie. You guys are so sweet. Hi, how are you? Lady Gizmo, no preference. And Charlene Harris, I fangirled so hard. Yes, Charlene Harris was there. As soon as I saw her on the list, I was going, okay, I know I'm going to have a fangirl moment. I was so excited. So yes, I brought her book specifically with me because I wanted her to sign them. So no preference. Okay, so in that case, the ones that I bought are closer to me, so I might as well go through that pile and then go to the ones I brought with me. So I bought these ones during the signing. On the last day of Book Lovers Con, they had the book signing, in which case all the authors are at a table, and I was really concerned. This is why I brought books with me. I was concerned they were going to be sold out of the certain books that were my favorites, and I wouldn't be able to buy them when I was there. So I brought those books with me because I didn't want to miss bringing them, but they still had other books for sale at their tables. So that is where all these books came from, as the dog makes little growling noises. And so this was a total impulse buy. Getting hot with the Scott. Melanie Johnson was such a sweetheart, and we were both dressed in purple, and so it was kind of going, this was meant to be. But I saw the title, and I'm going, this is hysterical. Again, I love the title, Tessa Dare, when a Scott ties the knot. So apparently, whenever you put Scott in the title, I'm just going, that's a great title. And this went home with me immediately. And the dog wants attention. Another one I got, I don't know if anyone else does this, but you'll get an arc, and then you don't read it as an arc. You'll read it after it's already been published. And so this one, I got this one before it was published. And so now it's out. I still haven't read it. In the meantime, I was thinking, I'm so happy. I'm so cool. I got an arc. And then I didn't read it as an arc. And now it's just out in the world. But I still feel special that I got it early. Cyndi Madsen, she is such a sweetheart. She is just, if you can think of things like pink, she reminds me of Elle Woods. Pink is her color. She has pink in her hair. She has pink sparkles. I mean, I also don't know how she walks around in those 5-inch heels. She is an impressive human being. And so I saw her. I've met her before. As soon as I saw she had this book for sale at her table, I'm going, this is coming home with me. And the dog apparently wants attention. Were the prices discounted or the same? They were the same. They weren't discounted. That's the only thing, yeah. So basically you were getting access to them early, but you still paid the same price. But I think the money, I think some of it went to a charity. I know at RWA they do literacy signing, and that's the only signing that costs money. All the other signings are free, and they gave you the books for free. It's only the literacy signing where you buy them. I think there's something similar or comparable at Book Lovers Con. I'm trying to remember what it was, though. I like how as I'm talking, the dog's going like, please don't forget I exist. Because you're a little dog gnawing down there. That's what's going on. But I'm pretty sure they were same price. But the other thing, too, was I didn't know this, like under wraps. I'm only supposed to bring 3 books into the signing that you had already purchased. Or at least that's what someone told me after the fact. Whereas I brought a bunch of books with me to the signing. And so so apparently we're only supposed to bring 3 books into the signing, but people could bring books that they had already purchased before to the signing to get to bring to the author. Probably 10 books, and then someone later said, oh, 3 books was what most people were bringing, and going, okay, but apparently I was just in it for the long haul with all the books, so people could bring some of them, which I think was also kind of nice. So again, you didn't have to specifically buy them there, but I think that's when you go to these events, I mean, those suitcases, when you get that gets heavy very quickly. So I think a lot of people do buy books on site. I know when I went to Malice Domestic, people they were going specifically to the bookstore to buy things on site, because I packed these books in advance, and that took away from packing other stuff in my suitcase and having to buy that there. So apparently I'd rather buy shampoo and conditioner and other stuff at the versus worrying about buying the right book. So you can tell where my priorities were. Other people were buying books on site because it was just more convenient that way. Because again, I think some of the prices, when you do the math out, you're going, oh, okay, buying the book here for full price versus the overage charges of your suitcase. So people, you can tell the people who've done the math out and have learned from experience. If that's something I've noticed. The more events I go to, the more I see like the different workings that people do when it comes to planning. I got to admit, the romance crowd, they're very smart. When they bring their exes, their extra suitcases, they plan ahead. I don't know who he's barking at, but that is Max. He's very cute. He's a 5-pound teacup Maltese. He's my baby. Again, I got this book in advance. It was an ARC. I think I got it a week or 2 before everyone else. It was available to the public. Still haven't read this book yet. But everything Kristin Loraine writes is gold. And the reason I have it is because I know I'm going to read this book in one sitting, and I haven't had the time to just sit down and read it. As soon as I open this book, it's going to be read from page to back. It's just, that's what's going to happen. And so that's not yet, because I know I need to have the night specifically put aside for this, because Kristin Loraine is hysterical. And as soon as I saw them at the event, I just ran over their table. I met them before at a Polycon, and they're just this one. I don't know what he's doing. I apologize. But they made me so happy because I ended up talking to them about Game of Thrones. Can you guys hear that? Game of Thrones was about to end. I'm not going to get into the whole ending thing. That's a whole separate live stream topic. But Game of Thrones, it was right before the final episode. And so I just ended up talking to them about Game of Thrones for probably close to 15, 20 minutes. And so that made me ridiculously happy. I'm going, mic drop, event over, we're good. And this was at the very start of the book signing. It was the best thing about Game of Thrones, because I'm going, oh, Kristin Loraine, both of them talking to me about Game of Thrones. And we were trying to figure out, oh, who's going to end up on the throne? And all 3 of us were wrong. So again, separate conversation. But it was really cool talking to them and seeing them in person, because they're so low key and down to earth, and they're both so sweet. I was so happy to see them. He's now sitting inside of his own little he has a carry case, because he's a little 5-pound teacup Maltese, so he has a carry case, if he's outside, and he just went into his carry case for no reason. Rosie, anything she writes, I'll read it. So as soon as I saw it, she was there and she had a book for sale, I bought it. That's pretty much the extent of the thought process with this one. I'm really hoping these books go over as I'm talking to y'all. Oh, I did want to share this. I did put this aside. I'm trying to figure out where to put this, because this made me really happy. So the very first night, they did this musical thing where they had people come down, and he is such a little weirdo, but he's my weirdo. But they had me down and do this, and so if you were a book club, they made a banner for you. And so we have a banner now. I don't know where to put this. I don't know what to do with this. It's dated. It says location, and I feel ridiculously cool that I have this. So there's officially a banner. It's like hopefully you guys can see it in its entirety. But there's a so I'm trying to figure out where this goes, what I should do with it. I kind of want to put it right above my bookcase. Max. Oh my goodness. I don't know what he's trying to do. He wants some treats, I think. This little guy, I love him. But he's very hopefully he'll figure out which one of those treats was the one he was going for. For some reason, this is now doing that little circle thing of, trying to go live or whatever, but hopefully that will work. But yeah, I feel so cool that I have this. I thought that was so nice that they made these up in advance, and they wanted you to twirl them. And they had people really getting into this when they were walking along, twirling these. They had banners and they had umbrellas and everything else. I was just kind of like, this is mine. I wanted to just cuddle with it. So no, I did not twirl this like it was meant to be twirled. I just held on to it. And it was so funny because this came on a stick. And I mean, the stick was really long. It would not fit in my suit. I was so sad. I couldn't. I was trying to figure out how to come home with it. And so I eventually realized I couldn't. So I had to leave that at the hotel in the trash, which made me sad. But it came on the stick. And so the entire rest of the night, I had this giant flag. It looked like I had a flag on a stick. It was interesting. Again, I'm very quiet. So you kind of love the fact that the quiet girl's walking around with a flag for world to see and draw attention to. But I didn't even care because I was just so happy that I had the banner. I was just going, this is amazing. So I didn't even care that drew attention. I was just so happy that I have this. And now I got to find a place of honor to put this. I'll show everybody because this just made me so happy that they made this. I thought this was so nice of them to do that. And so they asked if you were a book club to submit the name of your book club and just let them know that you're going to be in attendance. And so I said, yeah, hey, I'm going to be there. This is the club my friend and I co-created on YouTube. And so they're like, oh, thank you so much for messaging us. We're going to make a note of that. And I didn't know if I make a note of that. And apparently make a note of that equals me going home with a banner. So they can make all the notes they want because their notes are amazing and epic and they have really great ideas. And so before the event started, they said, oh, if you're a book club, come and get your banner. And I'm going, what? I was going, what are you talking about? Book clubs, banners? And so I kind of hesitantly walked out and going, I told you I was part of book club. And they're going, which one? And so I was going, I don't know if you guys are going to have it. And the girl had it right on top. So I was ecstatic. I was just so happy. I had a great time with this one. Yes, thank you, Melanie. I love the banner too. I need to find a place of honor to put this. My apartment has already been taken over by books, and this needs to have a wall of its own almost. We got to figure something else out. If you guys have any ideas, you got to let me know. I also kind of want to frame it, but I feel as if that'd be a very large frame. I don't want anything to happen to this banner. This is now a prized possession of mine. I felt bad enough leaving a little stick because I wanted to put it on the flag, but okay, you got to do what you got to do. Anywho, about the books for the book haul video. Celeste Bradley, I think this was the one she gave me. She was such a sweetheart. She was so funny. She officially named one of her characters after me because when she was signing the book, she's like, oh, what, she looked at my name tag. She's going, Angela. And I think I have a character named Angela. Going, no, I don't think you do. And she's going, Angela. And she's saying my name over and over again. And so if she actually does write a book with my name in it, we'll know where this originated. And I will be fangirling and my life will be content and I will just can die and be. But she kept saying my name over and over and she's like, Angela, that's a great name. Going, well, my mom, she has good taste. She kept saying my name. I'm going, if you actually do name a character, my life will be complete. And so again, I was here for, a few minutes. And so I bought this one. And again, she actually said she took a picture for this. So everything she touched is golden. And then because she was just such a sweetheart, she's going, oh yeah, do you have this? I'm going, I don't think I do. I might have it in an ebook, but I don't have a paper copy. And she goes, oh, you know, when you go to checkout, just tell them I gave this to you. And so she gave me a book. So thank you, Celeste Bradley. You're still, this is why I love you. This is why you're amazing. Such a sweetie. I think she's going to be at RWA in a few weeks. So hopefully I'll get to see her there again and actually ask her if she's going to name a character Angela, because now that I'm very disappointed if she doesn't. I never expected her to be repeating my name over and over again. And then she asked me to come up with the last name that I wanted. And so on Twitter, not Twitter, on Instagram, I DM'd her and I'm going, oh, these are some really nice last names that I think might go well with Angela. So if you guys have any ideas about last names that can go with the first name Angela, let me know, because I will then message her and say, hey, if you actually do name your character Angela, these are some more last names. So if you can think of some Regency-esque type of last names that are appropriate, I want your opinions. Jules Bennett, just such a sweetie. I saw her, I went right up to her table. I'm going, I got one of her books in the Fresh Fiction book box, and it was so cute. Rom-com. If you like rom-coms, if you like contemporary rom-com, she's for you. I haven't read this one yet, but as soon as I saw she had a new book, I'm going, this is coming home with me. So that was a no-brainer. This one was getting bought. This was getting purchased instantly. And again, I saw Heidi at the signing, and I was so excited to see her and say hi. I had to buy her latest book because now that I know her, I feel like I have a connection to her. So I had to buy her latest book. It needed to be done. Hi, yes. And then I mentioned the dog looks up at me. He's like, "You bought it." He gives me these eyes like, "You bought a book." I'm going, "Of course I bought it." I mentioned before Loraine Heath. I'm in love with her books. This was the one I purchased at the book signing because I left the other one in my room. But I think she's going to be at RWA. Maybe I'll bring the other one and try and get that signed then. But again, Loraine Heath, I'm in love with all of her books. The Outlaw and the Lady. It's a good one. If you guys have you read any of her stuff, let me know, because we'll have to talk about this at a later date. And then I've read, I always mispronounce her last name, Lauren Lane. I've read some of her other stuff. I got her in a book box. I think it was Fresh Fiction, or it might have been, I don't know what the other one was called. I'm losing track of the book boxes. But I got one of her books. It had to do with like a CEO billionaire. It wasn't necessarily one of my go-to tropes, but she did a really good job with it. And I'm going, if this isn't one of my go-to tropes and you made me enjoy this book, you're doing something you're writing. So when I met her and saw her in person and I saw that this was her latest book, this was coming home with me. And I also love the cover. Something about this just looks like it needs to be on Instagram. It reminds me of Holics. It reminds me of kind of a Sophie Kinsella type of cover, and I love Sophie Kinsella. So as soon as I saw this cover and I knew I liked her writing, this was getting purchased. And then I feel like a bad reader here. So I've seen the name Pint It Done over and over again, and I have two of her other books that I got at RWA last year. And so I saw that this one star-crossed, and so for some reason I knew the name. I already had the other books. I'm going, I haven't read you yet, but I will. I will be reading you. But she's such a sweetheart, and she's so engaging. And I just saw the cover at the back of this book, and I'm going, okay. I was buying books. I was buying all the books anyway. I was like, might as well add this one to the stash. So I also thought it was kind of cool because I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I've read fiction and other things like that, but I don't really read sci-fi romance on a regular basis. And so I might try and change that with this book. Audrey Hepburn. She wants to name the character Angela, so it would be Angela Hepburn. Is Hepburn a Regency name? We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I told her I'd message her if I came up with any others. I think I came up with a list of, I think, 5. So if you guys have any other ideas for last name go with Angela, gotta let me know. And then I'll be like, hey, Celeste Bradley, during a live stream, so-and-so recommended this last name. So if you come up with any ideas, let me know. And again, now if she doesn't do this, I'm very disappointed. But she has my hopes up. I'm pretty sure she's going to be at RWA, so hopefully I'll find out what's going on with that. And then I love Zio Axelrod. She is one of those sweet people. I met her in person and read her books because she was just so sweet when I talked to her. I met her at RWA last year, and she was so engaging. She was just really one of those kind-hearted people. And so I talked to her. I'd never read any of her books, and then as soon as I talked to her, I had to go read everything she ever wrote. And so that's how I got into her writing, and I was so happy to see that she was at Book Lovers Con because, again, she's just such a sweetie. I chatted to her during the fairy makeup party. I'm not going to tell you who, but when the writer whose table I was supposed to be at, she was running around the event, and so she wasn't really at the table that I was where I was. And so she adopted me to her table for a little bit because my writer wasn't there. And so I was just kind of, wandering around the event going, I'm going to just keep going, saying hi to people. And I knew enough people at the event that it made it, I wasn't uncomfortable or anything. But she kind of was so sweet. She's like, yeah, come talk to me. Come hang out. And so I appreciated that. Oh, the girl looked like Hepburn. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, so I think she's a sweet human being, and so because she was such a sweetie, that's how I read her books, and they're worth reading. So if you haven't read her stuff yet, I recommend it. And again, she's a nice human being, so you're not only getting great writing, you're supporting someone who's really nice. And then I'm not the biggest Kristin Ashley reader. If you guys know me, I love my beta heroes. She writes the complete opposite of beta heroes. She writes alpha heroes. And so I'm not necessarily the biggest Kristin Ashley person, but I thought I would buy the book and give it a try. I've read some of her stuff just because she's Kristin Ashley, and everyone talks about her stuff and everything else. I'll get into this later, I did bring one of her books with me to get signed because there's one book in particular that I really like. But I did buy this one on site. So now I only have a couple copies of her books. If you guys are Kristin Ashley fans and you like your alpha heroes, more of you. I'm not a big alpha person. I think they're hard, they're hard for me to always, gravitate towards. But she does have one, and I might as well talk about this now because I'm talking about her. This is a book that I brought with me to get signed because this is my favorite from her. It's called The Golden Dynasty, and it's pretty much a Game of Thrones fanfic when it comes to Daenerys, and when she was married to Khal Drogo. And so basically, if you like Daenerys and Khal Drogo, this is a book you should be reading. It is so funny because I actually started talking to her about Game of Thrones event. Apparently, I was just going around talking about Game of Thrones to people. And so I talked to Kristin Ashley. I talked to Kristin Ashley about Game of Thrones and Christina Lauren. And so I said to her, I just said to her, like, Khal Drogo, and she starts telling me about how she was, she was crying for a week, how he was her favorite character, how she loved that love story, and how she wasn't ready to let it go. And that's what led to her writing this book. And so the reason why I like this book is because it reminded me of Game of Thrones. And she made it a little bit more romantic. Because if y'all know the story of Daenerys and Khal Drogo there, if you guys want to call him Khal Drogo, I mean, it's not the most romantic. It gets romantic, but then there's not exactly an HEA at the end. So she definitely gave it a little bit of a twist. And since it's Game of Thrones related or inspired, this was mine. This is the Kristin Ashley book that if people, ask me for rec for her, this is what I'm going to tell you. The Golden Dynasty. So if you guys have any other favorites from her, please let me know. Because again, I'm always looking for more books. Apparently my library, it's never ending. So I think those are all the books that I bought at the event. And I'm very impressed with myself. I thought I actually purchased this. But at the same time, I brought a lot of books with me. So there's that element to this. You guys are going to get excited. Karen Marie Ramona at the event. And I knew she was going to be there. And so I was walking around with this book for probably 2 or 3 days. And I went to the talk that she did with Charlene Harris and Christine Fian. And so after the event, she was signing books, and so I knew during the book signing, her line was going to be so long. If you guys have been to book signings or book events, if there's an author who's a very well-known person, I mean, a Charlene Harris, Kristin Ashley, a Sylvia Day, their lines are going to be long. You better be prepared to be, in line for a while. That's what you're going to be doing for probably at least a half an hour, at least, probably longer. And so when she was doing the signing after the talk, I'm going, yes, I have your book with me. Hi. So I got in that line. I did wait a little bit, but I mean, it's totally worth the wait. It's such a sweetie. And so I was so happy that I had brought this book and I had been walking around with it. So I didn't actually have to do that during the book signing, because if you do that during the book signing, that is what you're going to be doing for the next amount of time. That's your event. And she was so sweet. There's only, I want to say 12 to 15 people who stayed after. And so that was when I got to talk to her and Charlene Harris. So if you ever go to an event, stay for a few minutes afterwards, because you just might get your book signed by Charlene Harris and Karen Marie Moning. See? Yes, Charlene Harris was, I mean, I met Charlene Harris. It was one of those, I met her on day 2 or day, so I was going, doesn't matter what happens from here on out. I met Charlene Harris. Life is good. If you guys are part of the Cozy Mystery Book Club, or you've seen my book tag video or just anything, you know I love the Aurora Tea Garden series, and Charlene Harris is the creator of Aurora Tea Garden, so basically I was happy. I mean, when I took a picture with her, and I was like, this is Charlene Harris. I was fangirling. I also fangirled over Sarah Wendell. It's so funny when someone's a part of the fandom and then they become a member of kind of the industry that they're a fan of. I just think that's really funny. But Sarah Wendell, smartbitches.com. She's the founder of Smart Bitches. She's still doing that website. And so these are 2 of the books that she's written, and I brought these with me. If you guys have been following me or you know what's going on with my dissertation, I'm studying the romance genre fandom, and my lit review, it's so funny. I'll say, as Wendell says in this one, or as Sarah Wendell and Candy Time say in this one. So I'm always citing her, and so I pretty much had to bring these books with me to slogan. And then she added the stickers. She had these at her table, and so she just added them to my books. She made it look so official. So I brought these with me, and she was funny because she's a fan, but I'm fangirling over a fangirl. So it was just a funny little cycle. And she was so sweet to talk to. She spent at least 10 minutes talking with me, and she was really engaging. She was very personable, and some of those, I got to talk to, she's not only a well-known person, she's a sweet person too. So I was really happy that I brought these with me, and I got to chat with her. It was one of those, she kind of confirmed my thought. Oh, I like you. Like, I kind of knew of her, but now I feel like I know her a little bit. And so I thought the fact that she was really sweet and engaging was that just made it so much, I love her now. I'm not losing her. That's not happening. Yes, I had to bring another Charlene Harris. I brought 3 Charlene Harris books with me because it's Charlene Harris, and if she's at an event, you bring the Charlene Harris books. And then I really like Jasmine Guillory, and so I thought these books were going to be sold out by the time I got to her during the book signings. She's with me. She had an entire table full of her books. But I was convinced everyone was like me and they loved her. I thought, by the time I get to her, whether there be a line or by the time, when I'm on, all of her books were going to be gone. And so I was bringing these with me. I had them in my bag. I was walking around with these for, a couple of days. At the event, I knew I was bringing them. And at the event, she had these giant piles. and so there was nobody at her table, which I didn't understand. I'm going, you're Jasmine Guillory. How is nobody in front of me right now? And so she sees me put my bag down, and then she pulled out the books. So she got really excited because she realized I was walking around with her books and I wanted to meet her. And so I think that was just one of those fun moments where I'm going, I was kind of, she bagged down. And I wasn't at her table. I was kind of probably a few feet away. I was kind of trying to be like a little sly, like eyeballing her, seeing if someone's come over the table. And so I pulled them out and she sees them out. And from there on, I just had a really nice talk with her. It was so funny because I'm going, how is nobody at your table right now? You're Jasmine Guillory. And again, it's one of those, I'm fangirling over her. She's a big name as far as I'm concerned, the romance industry. And so I got to meet her and get her my book signed. And I don't know why her books weren't sold out, but I'm guessing they were sold out by the time the book event was over. But I specifically brought these with me because I knew she was going to be there. She's great. If you haven't read her yet, you really should. I recommend it. And then, oh my goodness, I'm reaching the bottom of this. Making progress. I'm trying to loop all these ones together. So I have, here they are. I brought Rachel Ann Jenkins' books with me. I haven't posted this yet. You guys are going to get a little insider info. I interviewed her while at Book Lovers Con, and she signed an extra book I'm doing a giveaway of later on. So I interviewed her, and I wanted to have the books with me to put up during the interview, and she signed them during the interview. So I actually didn't have to wait in her line during the event. I would have waited in line for her because she's Rachel Van Dyken, and I love her. She was such a sweet human being. She spent the longest time talking to me. It was such an honor to meet her and then interview her. It took me a solid 3 days to work up the courage to message her because I love her books, and to me, she's a really big name. And so to work up the courage to message her and say, hi, have some time. And then she responded right away, not even a day later, same day, she messaged me back. She was so sweet. She was so amazing. And then I got to spend, some time talking with her and interviewing her. And so I was so appreciative and so thankful for her. And so that interview will be going up probably in a couple of weeks. Again, one of the reasons I'm doing the live is it takes me a while to edit. And so she was just amazing. And I wanted to make sure I brought her books with me to get signed and show them during the interview. And so I brought an extra book, or an extra copy of the Matchmaker's Playbook. So this one will be the giveaway item. I haven't figured out if I will do Twitter, or Instagram, or YouTube. So again, if you guys have ideas, let me know because I want to do what's best for you guys. It's one of those things like I have the book, I will give it to you. Just tell me which platform. What's going to be best for you? Because I have one giveaway during the interview, like for the interview when it goes live on my YouTube channel. So if it's via Rafflecopter, if it's YouTube comments, just tell me what you think is going to work best because I have an extra copy of this book that I want to give away. So just tell me how you want it to be given away. Especially because I think everyone should be reading Rachel Van Dyken. And I have a book. I have a book. It's signed, and she's amazing, and I want to support her. She also has a new book that just came out, Kicking It. It has to do with the professional female sports, a professional female athlete, and so I was really excited when I saw that. That was pre-ordered. Hasn't been read yet. It just came out the other day, but that was pre-ordered. Oh, here it is. I have an extra copy right there. Ha! Here it is. Told you. See, now you know for sure. Like, you know for sure that I'm not making this up. 2 copies. One of them's addressed to me. One is mine. And so this will be up for grabs after the interview premieres. So, airs. I don't know how you say that for YouTube, but it's going to go there. So, you guys have the inside scoop. The dog. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but now he's making little noises. I don't know why. They tell you this one was sold out. I made the right move bringing this book with me. She was out of copies by the time I got to her in line, and so I was able to ask her to sign this book because I brought it with me. And so I made the right decision with that one. And she was so sweet. I don't know if you guys saw the picture I posted on Instagram and Twitter. But she was like, oh, you want to do a pose? And so she was like, how do you want to pose? And so we both put our arms up. We were holding hands, and we each put our opposite arm up in the air. And she was such a joy, a little bright ray of sunshine. And she talked to me for a few minutes. It was great to meet her in person. I remember watching her in some movies, and then when I found out she was an author, and then she's in the romance industry, I'm going, yes, please, tell me more. And so, yes, this is how she was there. This book was coming with me. That had to be done. She's awesome. She's a very talented writer, and she's a talented actress. I know she won the Golden Globe and was nominated for an Oscar. So I felt so official meeting her. I'm going, you're a big deal. I was kind of trying very hard not to fangirl at her, but I don't know if I achieved that. I mean, she was very sweet to me, so I'm thinking I didn't fangirl on her too hard. Anyway, this was one of those books. So I brought this with me. I wanted to meet Elizabeth Hoyt. I did not with Hoyt. I could not find her at this event. I brought this book with me. I was excited to meet her in person. I've read some of her other books. She was like a ghost. I couldn't find her. I'm pretty sure she was at the event. I just couldn't find her. So this book came with me to New Orleans, sat there, came around with me in New Orleans, and then came home with me. It has not been signed, but it has traveled well, which sounds absolutely ridiculous. And then same situation. I brought this book with me. Jill Shalvis wasn't able to attend Book Lovers Con. She got snowed in. This poor little thing she was snowed in. She wasn't able to attend. And so I brought this book with me because I was going to interview her and talk with her while I was there. And so she already signed this book to me. I got this at KissCon. And so it's already signed. See, it's signed. But I brought it with me because I wanted to talk to her. And when I was doing the interview, I went up and showcased it because this is coming out tomorrow. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's great, 5 stars. So I wanted to feature the book, and so I wanted to bring it with me and put it on display for the interview. And so I messaged her saying, oh, I just want to, we're all set for tomorrow. And she's going, I'm still in Tahoe. The poor thing, she was snowed in. She wasn't able to make it to the conference at all. And so the book came with me. I mean, I have no regret on the plane again. I've read that book twice now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you should buy it. So that book has also traveled very well. And yes, the dog may a little want it to travel well. And then last, but certainly not least, in regards to the books that I brought with me, Nancy Nagel. I love this woman so much. She is such a sweetheart. If you've ever watched Hallmark, you've probably seen her name pop up. She has had several books adapted into Hallmark movies. Christmas in Evergreen, Christmas Joy. I mean, she is just a writing powerhouse. She's one in the romance industry. It's one of those things where I don't know how many people know her name, but you probably she kind of goes under the radar. But I mean, the Hallmark influence alone, and on the USA Today bestseller list a lot of times. I mean, to me, she's a really big deal. And so this had to come with me. And I also brought a couple of her Christmas books with me as well, except they're not on my table. And the dog is being weird. And I know if I get up, I'm not going to be able to sit back down. So I won't be able to show you guys those. But I did bring 2 of our other books with me to Book Lovers Con. I also was able to meet her at Book Lovers Con. And so that interview will be going live in 3 weeks. It took, this is the other thing about YouTube. It took that video 3 days, Lynn. 3 full days of my laptop being open with this video uploading. I was convinced something was wrong, but it uploaded eventually. So her video is going live. It is scheduled. I think it's going live on July 12th. I updated my website. So it's just my name, AngelaMariaHart.com. I updated my website, and there's a calendar for all my events. And so it shows when video's live, when the live streams are, and things like that. So if you guys want to keep track of that, that's all there. I felt so organized and official that I did that. And so I did put her interview on the calendar as well. So that's going live. There might also be another giveaway item attached to that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. She's awesome. She was so sweet. I might as well tell you guys. You guys are so sweet to hang out with me and watch this. So I printed out some copies of her book covers because I know people add things to their bookcase. I know I do. You tape things up. You get them from book boxes. I printed out the covers of some of her book covers. Like I printed out her book covers on really nice photograph paper. And then I think actually they're here somewhere. She goes, I have some recipe cards with them. I actually have them here somewhere. Like, I might as well just show you guys. Again, all the books. So she goes, oh, if you want to include that in your giveaway, here are some recipe cards. So they're signed, and on the back is the recipe. She gave me all these extra cards. So even if you don't win the book, I have multiple cards to send out to people, which are signed. So I mean, you can tape this to your bookcase, your wall, and then there's also the recipe on the back, which just sounds delicious. I don't cook. I'm not really a good cook. I watch the Reaper's Baking Show like it's my job, but I'm not really good at it. But it sounds amazing. So if you are someone who bakes, there's a recipe on here that just sounds delicious. It's called Honey Almond Cake. I don't know how you make. I have the recipe. I haven't made it. It sounds great, but it is signed. So this will be coming your way. And she gave me all these copies. She was so sweet. She gave me all these copies. So even if you don't win the book, you can win one of these. So be on the lookout for that. Once that interview goes live, I'll have a little Rafflecopter link or something down below in the description box. So even if you don't win the book, you can probably still win one of these. Again, look how many she gave me. I'm trying to fan them out to show you. She was so generous. I loved her. She was one of those people where you just got along really well with her. You just want to hug her. There's just something so sweet about her. She is just a bright ray of sunshine, and she's positive. I just had the best time talking with her. I really did. And so the fact that she gave me those extra things, I'm going, yes, we get to spread all the Nancy Nagel love. So, and the dog's wandering around like, yes, I'm still down here. Don't forget about me. So those are all of the books, and there are a lot of them. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about Book Lovers Con, if you guys just have anything about romance in general. So if you have any final things or questions or something like that, please let me know now, because I am going to be talking to Nicole at 8 o'clock. But between then and now, there's a very good chance I'll be running down to Starbucks to get some caffeine. This way I don't lose my voice. And I can stay up to do the live stream talking about First Loves. So probably take like a 15, 20-minute break or something before the next live stream. Probably also to figure out what the little dog is doing. But if you guys have any questions, comments, queries, please comment. You guys are so sweet for hanging out and watching this. I just, I love talking to you guys about books. I love being able to share this with everybody. I mean, go to an event. Only readers understand other readers. When you go and say, I got these books. These are the books that I brought with me. These are the books that I got signed. I mean, they're so precious. And so it's nice to be able to share that with people, share your love. So thank you for watching and hanging out with me. That's so sweet of you. And I'm so happy that I was able to do this and you guys were able to be a part of this. So if you do have any questions about Book Lovers Con, about future live streams, about the giveaways, just anything, please comment. I'll hang out for another couple minutes as the dog tries to figure out the bone in my floor, which makes no sense. So. He's so cute, though. I don't even care that he acts strangely. I mean, he's adorable. What more could you want? Yeah, so if you have any questions, anything, please let me know. If you don't and you think of something later, please comment or DM me on either Instagram or Twitter. I try and check those as frequently as I can. I don't always see everything, though, so if you ever tag me and I don't respond, please don't take it personally. I want to say a week ago, Goodreads retweeted me. I had a picture of Rebecca. I love that book. And so they retweeted me, and I think it got something like 400 likes and 100 retweets or something. But every time there was a retweet or a notification, or every time there was a retweet or a like, I got a notification. So my inbox was flooded. It was one of those, I was so happy Goodreads retweeted me, but at the same time, I knew there were some things I was probably missing. So if you haven't heard back from me too, please just send me another message. Or if you don't hear back from me for a couple of days, just message me again. So if you guys ever do want to hear, have a question or something, please just let me know. I will try and get back to you. It's one of those, like, I hope my notification system doesn't go like that again, but at the same time, it was really cool to have Goodreads retweet me. But yeah, so if anything like that ever happens, please just message me again. I know there were said they had messaged me that didn't hear back from me, so I just wanted to make sure if there was anyone else out there who hadn't heard back from me, that was why. So if he growls, he makes little noises. And I know he's not in shot, but I don't know if you guys can hear him. But yeah. So I think that was the only other thing I would really wanted to mention. And then Wednesday, before the Cozy Mystery Book Club live stream, I will be doing my Malice Domestic book haul. And I kind of do that little maniacal laugh of there are so many books. And during the live stream, I do have a couple things to give away. I have some extra swag that I got at the event. And then there is a book that I have to give away. So there are some things up for grabs. So hopefully on Wednesday, I'll see you guys again and we can chat. And maybe tonight you can say hi over Nicole's channel. I will put on my Books Are My Heart t-shirt though. So I'll be wearing a different shirt. Same hairstyle probably. Different shirt. Thank you. Yeah, I really had a good time at Book Lovers Con. It was a lot of fun. I was really glad that I went. It was really an honor to talk to some of these people in person. It's one of those things where you name on book covers, and then being able to actually talk to them in person is so different, and it's such a unique experience. And it was really fun, and I was so happy I was able to do that. And I'm gonna cherish these books forever now. Even the one that was not signed that made it all the way there and back. So, a lot of books, and now I have to go find for all these books now. That is now going to be the issue, is finding where to put these books. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm running out of space behind me. So that will be the next quest, and I'll keep you up to date on that as well. But if there are any comments or anything, I will say goodbye and go to Starbucks, and then I will talk to you guys at 8 o'clock tonight over on Nicole's YouTube channel. And if you do think of something from now, later, then, please message me. I'm here. I love talking about books all the bookish love. So if there's something you ever want to talk about or you have a book recommendation or something, please just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So please just feel free to message me anytime. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys either tonight or on Wednesday. So yes, even Max. Even Max is like, yes, I am here for you. So thank you so much for hanging out. And you guys are so sweet. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, lovelies.